Hey guys, happy Homebrew Wednesday. Welcome to part 4 of my off flavours for beer series. Hope you've been enjoying it. Time to tuck into a beer. It's my Canadian blonde, just out of the fridge. A couple of days, a bit of smoke. Hope you've been having a relaxing day. I've got the house to myself, so I thought I'd put one of these videos down and kick back and have a beer. Nice beige coloured head on that, tight bubbles. Just pulled up the recipe here from Beersmith. It's been a while since I did it. I was just trying to remember what I put in it. Yeah, it was the Canadian blonde extract keepers, that's right. It was a partial extract. Cheers. Citro Galaxy. Died off a little bit. I just wanted to touch on a couple of other off flavours that I've struggled with. One's been Astringency. It imparts a very acidic battery acid-like taste into your beer. Quite a few I have struggled with this at times. It's a result of steeping your grains for too long, or when the pH of your mash is higher than 5.6. A couple of times I've been mashing in or whatever and something's come up and I've walked off and just sort of let it go. Never a good idea. Oversparging the mass or using water that's hotter than 76. Yeah, oversparging your mash or using water that's hotter than 76 degrees centigrade are common causes. It can also be caused by overhopping. That's a problem that I do. Sometimes I wake up, 200-300 grams of hops. I really want to impart those flavours and it just becomes overwhelming. You get that very grapefruit rind pithy sort of taste. Either at the bittering stage or the dry hop stage. Bacterial infections can also be a cause of it. That brown scum that forms during fermentation. That's during fermentation process. That's the yeast pushing out the bitter compounds and everything. And if that accidentally gets stirred back in, that can cause a very astringent taste in your beer. So something to watch out for. Excuse me. Can also be extracted during the lautering stage. Bit of a controversial subject. I've always squeezed the bag. I've never had any, even with low volume hops, I've never had that tannin-like extraction. But there's a bit of science to say that you're not supposed to. So I don't know. The jury's out. It extracts tannins and polyphenols and that sort of thing. I'll give it a light squeeze. I'll twist the bag around a few times, but that's just me. With wines, bloody computer's playing up. I bought a new adapter. One of the ports is stuffed and it's a bit temperamental. You can hear it trying to. There it goes. It's working now. Tannins are good for your Cabernet Sauvignon, that sort of thing, your red wines, but not so much in beers. They're quite integral for wines. You are more likely to extract tannins from specialty grains as opposed to base malts. Might get into that a little bit further in another video, explain why that is. Also, if you're doing a pH reading, if you have a pH meter and you're testing it and it's higher than 5.7, your recommended range is between, I think it's 5.2 and 5.6. Once you're getting up to that 5.7 reading, you want to think about maybe using bottled water or adding acidulated malt to get that pH down. I've used acid malt a few times in some of my brews, and yeah, it's helped. They say that fly sparges, people who do fly sparging, I've never fly sparged, they want the water pH to be no more than 6. Something to do with alkalinity, so you'll need to add lactic acid. If you're using lactic acid in your beers, that'll help with the alkalinity. We've touched about keeping your mash under 76 to extract those tannins and that sort of thing, but it's actually more important, the temperature that you really want to be concerned about is actual grain beer itself, not the water on top of it. You want that to be 76 or below. So when if I'm doing boil in the bag, or if I'm just doing a regular mash, I won't read the temperature that's in the wort. I'll read the temperature that's actually in the grain bed, because that's the temperature you want to go off. Yeah, there's a few other less obvious reasons for it. Astringency is hops, hop matter, and as I say, the brown scum that gets pushed off to the sides during fermentation. If they get stirred back in, that can cause a astringency effect. So yeah, I was just watching a video by guys called the Brew Dudes. Very comprehensive video of astringency, so I might just pop that into the video or up here somewhere for you to watch. Very informative. And oxidation. Oxidation is another thing to watch out for. It's probably the most common problem with beer, and including commercial beers. I don't have a closed off oxygen purging system. I just have a firming FV during transfer and secondary or primary. I don't do a lot of secondary transferring. I want to invest in a one of those systems to purges the oxygen. You put in your CO2, get rid of the oxygen, so it lessens your chance of oxidizing your beer. Oxidation occurs when the water is exposed to oxygen, obviously, hence the name, at temperatures above 27 degrees Celsius. The beer will sooner or later develop a wet, cardboard or sherry-like flavour, and it tends to taste very sort of stale. It does taste a little bit like wet cardboard and very sort of stale, like it's off. Depending on what compounds have been oxidised. A common practice for some home brewers is to shake the bottle after you've put your cough drop. Put your cough drops in. Yeah. Sugar drops or your dextrose or whatever you're using to carbonate your beer, and they'll shake it. Not a good idea. Not a great idea. I used to do it myself in the beginning, and wondered why all my beers tasted off, or I was brewing maybe a light beer or something, and it would come out dark like that. So yeah, don't do it. quick test you can do. I found this out the other day, very informative. Is you can get a small amount of beer, dip your little finger in, rub it on your hand like that, between your thumb and your forefinger. Alright, give it a whiff. Okay, if you can smell metal or anything metallic or anything like that, anything that shouldn't be there, then you can be rest assured that that's the beginning of oxidation. A little hint there you can try. As I alluded to before, a lot of brewers will use a pressure fermentation to eliminate oxygen altogether, and I'm going to start looking into that. I'll have a look at the price. Hopefully it's, I probably need to get a carboy, yeah, because it does make a difference. Other ways to eliminate it is potassium metabisulfate. You can use a little bit to eliminate the oxygen. It's used as an antioxidant. I've used it as a cleaner and a sterilizer. I've never used it as an antioxidant, but apparently it can be used as well. And yeah, brewers that use a beer keg setup, they'll just purge the keg of CO2 to get rid of that oxygen. The headspace there will be filled with oxygen. They'll purge it. They release. I'm not a kegger, so I don't know the exact practice, and you're eliminating any chance of getting oxidation that way. If you're bottling like myself, you can use a counter pressure bottle filler. I've seen them advertised on Amazon. I'll put a link if I can find them. I'm going to get one myself, and that gets rid of any oxygen if you it tries to get in. And canners, people who are doing canning, very popular at the moment. That's a good way to eliminate any oxygen. It's pretty hard to get any in that way if you're canning. So yeah, just a bit of food for thought there, guys. That's my take on off flavors. I find they ruin your whole experience. You go to all that effort and sanitize, and you know, you do everything, and then your beer, it doesn't taste the way you want it to do. It's pretty frustrating. It can be very demoralizing if you're a passionate brewer like myself. So I'm going to leave this one here. There goes my bloody connector again. Stay tuned. I will be doing this at some stage, a black rock cider. I'm just cleaning everything at the moment and developing a recipe. I might do a hopped cider, we'll see. I'm going to have to get rid of some of my hops, they're just too old, and it's I want to get some new ones. I would like to be fermenting with SN9. Gives a nice crisp sort of character to the apple cider, yeah, look out for that one. Anyway, thanks again for watching, guys. I won't hold you up anymore. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Cheers.